try. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorena. I am a 5th year kindergarten teacher.
This moment, can we stay here forever?
So in this week's video, I'm packing up my classroom. I'm going through a lot of things that I've purchased, things that I've had stored for a long time, and I'm like, okay, I have a lot of things that I bought that I didn't really need, and then I have things that I know I wouldn't have been able to make it without. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I found while kind of purging my room that are needs, and some of the things that you can definitely go without, at least based on my experience. So let's get to it. If you're anything like me, whenever you're at Target, you go to the Target dollar section and you think all of these things are so cute, so amazing, and you end up buying them. You end up going for one thing and then you come out buying a whole bunch of things for your classroom that you think you need, but you probably don't need, which is the case for me. My first few years I was buying in excess, things that I didn't even end up using, that I started to donate to other teachers because I had so much of it that I didn't need. So with that in mind, if you're a Target lover like I am, definitely still go to Target, but maybe don't go as crazy as you normally would. So let me share with you some of the things that are from Target, not from Target, that I've used, and that I want to share with you. So if you are either shopping for your first classroom, maybe purging, getting rid of things, these are some things that you can consider when shopping or getting rid of things. So let's start off with things that you should forego. Maybe you don't necessarily need them as much as you think you do. So the first thing that I was buying in excess were these like die cuts, wall decors. You don't need them as much as you think you do. They're great. You definitely can use them for like sensors and stuff, but you don't need so many. I wouldn't buy them all at once. Maybe if you know you're going to do a pumpkin activity, then you can go ahead and buy them. But right now I have so many of these from Dollar Tree that I'm going to end up donating. And what ends up happening is that you have all these die cuts and then you forget that you have them and you don't use them. And you're like, all right, let me keep it because I'm going to use it next year. And then you don't use them again. So if you can forego these, I would definitely recommend doing that. Same thing with like any like paper cutouts. I always said I'm going to use them when I do this theme, and I forget. So unless you are a very well organized person and you can kind of keep it with whatever curriculum or theme you're doing and put it in there, that way you don't forget, then maybe you can go without these. And also the kids can make things themselves. So if you have an idea to make a rocket ship or whatever the case may be, like, all you need is blank paper, which I'm sure many of us have in our classrooms, and you can just give that to the kids. So this is where Target gets you, and it's with all of these cute little things that they put out for $1. I thought I needed these. I don't know why. My whole thing was, let me get them and I'm sure I can make a use of it. Well, turns out I didn't make any use of it. So while they're all cute and stuff, if you don't have a specific thing to use them for, maybe not. So these are some of like the regrets, because now I have so many of these that I'm not using, and it's like, why? They're just clothespins. You could have just got clothespins, but nonetheless, all the cute decor, don't necessarily need them. So now that we went through the things, just the two things that I think that you can do with that, which is all that like excess decor and maybe die cuts that you don't necessarily need, let me show you the things that have helped me and have been very purposeful in my room. So first things first, as a primary teacher, we are constantly reading books to our kiddos, and one of those books or series come from Willems. Elephant and Piggy, Knuckle Bunny, all those fun things, or Knuckle Bunny, however it is you want to say it. So if you're ever in Kohl's, they do this like seasonal thing where they bring out plush toys based on popular book series. So if you're ever in Kohl's and you're like, should I buy these plushies? Buy them. So these are from the Elephant and Piggy, the Ducky series, and they're great. They definitely help you bring these books to life and make it more interactive for the kids, and the kids love seeing the characters, and they're only like $5 each. So I would definitely invest in these, especially if this is a series that you're in love with and that your kiddos love, and add it to your classroom library. The one thing from the Target dollar spot that you will most definitely use are thank you cards. So I have gotten a few packs of these to have during different occasions, especially during Christmas or the end of the year. You want to, tell your parents and your students that you're grateful for what they're gifting you, or even if it's your colleagues, Thank you cards are a must-have. I have a little drawer full of them, and this is where this is my go-to spot. So whenever I'm gifted something, I just quickly write up a thank you card, and I think it makes the person who's gifting something to you feel appreciated. So this is just one example, and they usually come in a pack of about 20 for $1 at the Target Dollar Spot. So this is like a two-in-one thing, something that I invested money in and I thought was well worth it, for like these little containers from Walmart. They're clear. I didn't want any like crazy colors or anything like that. So these were about $1, $1.50, and pretty much you can use this for anything, pencils, crayons, whatever the case may be. But I've decided to use it for like letter stamps. So these letter stamps are from Target Dollar Spot. There are so many variations of letter stamps, whether you go to Lakeshore, the dollar store, whatever the case may be. So if you don't have letter stamps, I would definitely invest in these, just because you can use this for just about anything. If you're doing a writing project, or if you want to do like a writing based center, definitely a great way to get the kiddos engaged. It's fun, it's different, and along with this, make sure you get stamp pads. Next, paper trays. As the name itself implies, paper trays are used for paper, for crafts, or anything like that. I also use these for centers, for sand, especially if you're in like the primary grades where things get messy, because they do all the time. This is a great investment. They do sell them in like teacher stores, but these right here are from the Target Dollar Spot, and they still have the thing on it. And they've lasted me since my first year teaching, and they're about $3, and you can use this for just about anything, whether they're painting, they're doing a center activity, even with stamping. Sheet on here, stamp, and all that fun stuff here. This way everything is together, and this I think is another teacher must-have. Next, this is not a must-have, but I definitely think that novelty items, especially when you infuse it with content, makes for higher engagement. So a way to get my learners excited about writing is using big pens, or anything that's like silly or crazy. So I got these at Target, I believe, or Five Below, one of the two. But this is great. We use this around Christmas time or just throughout the school year to get them excited about writing, whether it's just writing their sight words or writing a sentence. These are pretty cool. So another teacher should have. So many of you have seen other videos that I filmed talking about sentences and all that fun stuff, and I definitely like to use stickers for different areas, whether it's counting or writing sticker sentences, whatever the case may be. I love stickers, but I also use stickers as an incentive, and I use it just to kind of promote positive behavior in the classroom. So if you do not have or haven't heard of, which I'm pretty sure every teacher has heard of it, get yourself some smelly stickers. So this one here is called stinky stickers, but nonetheless, they're so fun. The kids love them. They love to sniff them. It's a great incentive. I usually just have it on a ring on my lanyard, and I just give out stickers for positive behavior, and I'm not keeping track of who has, you know, the most stickers, but it's a great way for them to feel like they're recognized, and it's also fun, and it smells good. Or some of them are stinky, but nonetheless, I feel like this is something that you need to have to just kind of pull out to reinforce good behavior, good work, all that fun stuff. So if you don't have stickers, get stickers, because you can use them for anything. And if you don't have smelly stickers, absolutely get these, because the kids love them and they're just fun. So I'm big on kind of keeping things together, especially when the kids have loads of access to it. So these little serving trays from Dollar Tree, which are like for nachos and stuff, I have 4 of these in my classroom, 1 per table. This way, when we're doing art projects and stuff, I can separate all of the materials, place it in the middle, and the kiddos can grab what they need, as opposed to them having to constantly stand up. Everything is right where they need it, and it's, you know, sorted for them. I do know that they have these in different colors and different like textures and materials, so any sort of like sorter, a nacho sorter, whatever you want to call it, would be great. It's a great investment, and it's also very cheap, so if it does get damaged, you can just, you know, get another one for $1. But I definitely think that this is great because it'll help the kiddos kind of self-regulate as far as like not having to stand up to get everything. They'll know, oh, all of my materials are here. That means I need to stay in my spot and work on this because everything is, you know, right in front of me. So these are great, like I'm saying about everything. But yeah, definitely these little trays, you need it. Name tags. Target usually does a great job of putting out some sort of, you know, adhesive name tag in the beginning of the school year. I would definitely consider getting them, especially if you're a bilingual teacher. They often have them in English and Spanish and different variations. So I just pretty much got this simple one. I believe it was last year, and I'll have them ready to go for the first day of school, because I think in other places they are a little bit more pricey, just a few bucks, but still you want to save wherever you can. So if you see these at Target, I would consider picking them up. You can also use these for their folders or any other materials that they have in the classroom, so they serve different purposes other than just sticking it on their shirt. So Target also, or any other teacher store, any other place that you see like these little lanyards, these are great because they're not going to come off like a sticker does, and they can use it every day. I use these with my kiddos, especially for lunchtime, because in the beginning they're very shy, they don't want to tell a stranger their name, so they have these on this year. When they're passing the lunch line, the cafeteria workers know exactly what their name is because it's on their lanyard. Also, if they're going to specials and stuff like that, this is great, especially the first few days of school. So if you come across these, especially if you are a younger elementary school teacher, another teacher must have. Okay, so the next item is a little bit of an investment. I would say about $15, but I think it's so fun. I need to find another word for fun. I definitely think this brings out kids' creativity, and it's another way to make things more engaging for them. And that is dot art or dot dabbers. You can use the dollar store bingo daughters, but I have found that the quality isn't that great and it bleeds a lot more. These are, considering the price, better quality. So you can use this for anything, not just having them freely create pictures, but you can also use these for math, for literacy, for all of the things. So I definitely think it's worth the investment. Next, and I'm sure you've seen these all over Instagram and Pinterest, are these little containers from the dollar store, and these are great because you can use these for anything. Number one, you can put stuff in there, manipulatives. In here I have some like letter cards, counters. You can also use these as little paint cups. If you're sending home certain materials, you can put it all in here, reuse them. That's the other great price, that they're reusable, and they come about like 8 to a pack. So definitely invest in these. I have definitely seen these used for dice. So you can put 2 dice in here. This way it doesn't get loud or messy, and the kids aren't losing their dice everywhere. So another teacher must have. And last but certainly not least are mini erasers, and somewhere to store them in. So I actually got this container from Michael's, and it's pretty much, I think, like a jewelry gem organizer. I decided to put my little manipulative erasers in here. Now, of course, these are erasers, but hopping on the Target teacher trends, we are using these as manipulative. So I have letters, letter ones. I have little dinosaur ones, hearts, just like all of the things. And we use these as counters also for like sticker writing, eraser writing. So another way that you can incorporate some of the things that I've shown you is with a tray. You can give your kiddo some of these manipulatives and writing paper, and then they can create a story using the erasers, and then they can draw a background around it. Not only is using the erasers great, but having a way to store them is also important. So investing in some sort of storage system that makes it easy for you to grab and go will be helpful for your sanity. So consider getting something similar to this. So that is it for this week's video. I hope you were able to get some ideas of some things that you can definitely incorporate in your classroom as far as like materials, if you're out shopping, if you're going to Target and you're seeing all the teacher stuff. But nonetheless, I hope that you find some of what I think are must-haves helpful to you, and that you can find them and use them well in your classroom. But until next time, I will see you all soon. Stay safe and happy learning. Bye.
Forever, I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever, forever, forever. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here?